Every team, every player, Chris, trying to finish the season strong. We've seen changes in strength and conditioning, and that's all designed to help this aspect of the game.
Kev, I've seen strength and conditioning come so far from guys wanting you to lift 1,000 pounds while walking the Stairmaster backwards, down a hill, sideways, and now nutrition has really changed. The cross-training, the Pilates, the working out, the swimming, you name it. It's great to see guys extending their careers. It's great to see the new technology, the new medicines, new ways for guys to extend their careers. It's a lot of fun. But, man, I tell you what, after practicing, going to Pilates, after practice, going swimming, all these things, it's a lot more extra work, but it's so much more rewarding.
Long-time benefits, you're right. All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. So for the Lakers right now, LeBron James is out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then it's Ball. Then there's Reggie Bullock. And it's Ingram in at the shooting guard position. And so it's the Pistons getting on the board first. To the inside. Converts on the jumper for the easy two.
Not settling. Ingram uses his size and athleticism getting to the paint.
Jackson kicks to Brown. Kuzma against Drummond. Outside Griffin. From down in the low post, it goes. Griffin's got 5 points so far.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason.
Well, yeah, he's a guy who can carry you for stretches, long stretches in this game. You want to get him involved early and often.
Now here's LeBron. He's coming off a 31-point game against Toronto.
But we got to talk about his D2. 4 steals in the game. I mean, a complete all-around effort for him.
Kuzma, that's good.
An outstanding three-point shooter. Kuzma is a prototype stretch 4. That makes him very valuable.
A shot by Griffin. Nobody around. And a miss there on the triple. The drive by LeBron. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And C-Web, so many talk about the 2001 Lakers and how they might be one of the greatest teams to ever play. You saw their talent firsthand. What do you think?
I think they had, Kevin, a Hall of Fame coach, 2 the greatest players to ever play the game is Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant. And right there, that 15-1 in the playoffs, that's the gold standard. I mean, Kobe and Shaq were very motivated that year, and I think they're in the conversation for best team ever.
Here's James following the basket by Blake Griffin. James with it. Incredible numbers looking at his scoring averages. He's currently scoring more than 28 points a game. Los Angeles with another miss. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And Jackson with the basket on the assist by Ellington. Jackson's got his first 2 points of the night.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Here's LeBron. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
There's almost no stopping LeBron if he's allowed to get inside. Too strong, too skilled.
First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. Stolen by Bullock. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Griffin with the steal. Now here's Jackson. 23 points for him the last game against the Heat in Miami.
Well, he also made a mark with his passing and had the assist total to show for it.
To the paint, it's tipped. And he banks in the layup. Jackson's got his second bucket.
Wow, and Jackson is just crafty down inside. He has such a quick release that even taller defenders can't get to it in time.
James against Griffin. James, the pass to Ingram. Over Jackson. Clock at 6. Back to Bullock. Shoots over Brown. Again, Los Angeles.
Well, I think he's looking around wondering where the D is. I mean, nowhere near him, that's for sure.
To the left side wing. Here's Griffin. Buries it from three-point range. Griffin's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Pistons.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Ball kicks to Ingram. Shoots over Ellington. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Pistons leading by 4. For 3. Griffin's shot is off. The drive by James. The pass to Kuzma. Off the mark. His first miss of the game. 1 for 2. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Kyle Kuzma. That is his first foul of the game. Jackson kicks to Brown. Pass to Griffin. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point. Play.
Something lit a fire under him this quarter. Their lead safe as long as he's on the floor.
JaVale McGee's checked in for the Lakers. The Pistons shooting their first foul shot of the night.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board. 77% collectively.
Now here's Ball. 9 points last game out. To the paint. Here's Ingram. No good that time. Some solid defense from Brown. Down low. Here's Griffin. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. One thing Blake Griffin's teammates, Chris, talk about is the leadership he brings the team.
This is a role he's comfortable in. A 5-time All-Star. He's a hard worker, mature. That's something every team needs.
Blake Griffin, the focal point offensively, but he's not just a scorer. Chris, he's one of the most gifted passers that you'll see among NBA big men.
I mean, one of the top assist men in the entire league. He's a great lob passer. I mean, that ability to create for teammates really enhances his offensive impact.
Clock is at 3. Ball, the pass to McGee. Here's LeBron. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And so Griffin will bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. 9-point game. Here's Jackson. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Bullock kicks to Ingram. Will it go? And slam dunk by Ingram.
Like a gazelle, Ingram just loping inside for the finish.
Pistons leading by 7. Right side, Griffin. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
This is an amazing run he's on. It's like he's been the only guy on the floor this quarter.
LeBron outside to the middle. And slam dunk by Ingram.
I mean, the passing genius of LeBron coming to the surface. I mean, a look that only a few players in the league can make.
Jackson against Ball. Jackson kicks to Ellington. Pass to Griffin. Inside. Stolen by McGee. And here's the fast break. Ball leading the way. Now a chance, guys, to examine the rebounding numbers over the past months for McGee.
In the last few months, the rebounding has sort of taken a bit of a dive for him, and a lot of factors could be the cause, but it's a trend that coach would probably like to see him reverse.
You know, when it comes to ongoing contract negotiations, C-Web, how distracting did you find it for those players and for yourself to deal with all that going on?
It can be very distracting if you allow it to take over. What I would suggest for players in those situations, whether you're a restricted free agent or a free agent, I would give you one piece of advice, and I think LeBron has epitomized this. Don't talk about it. Don't talk about what team or what pending teams or what city you like to go swimming in or you and your wife visit in the summer, because all that does is create confusion. And all it does is send a message to fans and other players that maybe you're thinking about something that you can't control at that time. And so usually I think you should go introspective. You should work as hard as you can to improve and to get better. But that is something that definitely can distract you. And so hopefully you have a great layer of people that can be barriers from kind of the outside noise. The contract is going to be what it's going to be. And the only way you can continue to prove your worth is by going out there, executing every day on the court.
Good stuff. Lakers trail by 6. James looking it over. Pass to Ingram. Six to shoot. There's the dish to ball. Fade away. Bucket is good. Ingram's got 8 points.
His touch has been terrific this quarter. Most of what he puts up is going down.
Smith against Ball. Now Griffin. He's got 19. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
The offensive arsenal of Griffin, so dangerous, especially when it seems he can't miss from anywhere.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Yeah, just hitting the reset button, a chance to kind of talk some things over.
And a chance to draw up a great play. I mean, this is a chess match at work.
Mike Muscala is checked in for Los Angeles. Josh Hart comes in for Reggie Bullock. Lakers trail by 6. And here is Ball. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. A pass to Hart from downtown. No good there. And the Pistons now going the other way. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
Yeah, they gave up in that one. The defense constantly breaking down way too many times.
Yeah, I'm with you. Disgraceful performance and an issue that might be tricky to fix.
Oh, man, a hot start for him. He's hit 5 of his first 7.
Calderon against Ingram. Pachulia kicks to Griffin. Smith on the wing. Over Ball. Here's Pachulia. McGee with the block. Here's Ingram. Some solid defense from Robinson.
But just the presence of the D in the lane is enough to make him short-arm that layup.
Right side Griffin over Muscala. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Lakers trail by 4. From deep three-point range. Hart, no good. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Detroit Pistons. To the paint, Robinson. And that comes off the assist by Calderon.
And that's just some great vision there from Calderon to see the wide-open man for the easy make.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ish Smith. That's his first foul. Detroit making a switch here. Makers checked in. The Lakers also with a sub. Rajon Rondo is checked in for Lonzo Ball. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy.
And when you're open, Rondo finds you. Always has his head on a swivel.
Pass to Robinson. Another shot. And Pachulia with the lay-in. Good. And the Pistons lead by 5.
He lives for these type of battles on the boards. It doesn't matter which end of the floor it is either.
And Makers sends it back. And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith. Thomas checked in for Jose Calderon. Here's Ingram. 10 points for him. 1:06 left in the first. Lakers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. That free throw missing.
And there's no denying that Rondo is a wizard with the ball. Exceptional at exploiting holes in the defense.
Lure is checked in for Pachulia. C-Webb, the Pistons from 2003 to 2008 with 6 consecutive trips to the Eastern Conference Finals and 1 title. But in the decades since, only 2 playoff appearances and 0 playoff wins.
Well, yeah, think about it. The 2004 title team was led by Joe Dumars, who won championships back-to-back with the Pistons. You need that type of lineage. Think about Boston, Danny Ainge. Think about the Lakers with Magic Johnson. Well, the Pistons need that type of consistency. They need a leader. The Pistons, once again, hoping to find that magic and chemistry.
Here's Smith after Los Angeles picked up 3 with their last shot. Robinson left side. Kicks it to Lure. Pass to Maker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Smith missing. Here's Hart. He's guarded by Thomas. And it's in there. And now just a 3-point Piston lead.
And Rondo is a dime dropper. One of the best passing point guards our game has ever seen.
Blake Griffin. Getting it done for Detroit. They kept going to him again and again, and he delivered with a monster quarter. We've got more in store for you right after this. One of the most dominant big men in the league, Andre Drummond, says he's learned how to be a leader on this team.
Watching previous guys who've led this team and did the things that they did, I write that kind of stuff in the back of my head and just say, this is something I need to do this. Or if I see something I didn't like, this is something I probably will stay away from. And I think now that I'm in a role where I could kind of lead this team, I kind of have the blueprint on what I need to do to make this team successful.
And, Greg, with Blake Griffin, he's got somebody to take some of that leadership role alongside him.
And those two will be pivotal in deciding just how good this team can be.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And, guys, looking at what you've seen so far from the Pistons, what do you think?
Getting high percentage looks, wearing down that defense on the inside.
Right, and as the defense collapses, that opens up inside-out opportunities. Productive first quarter.
Maker out there with John Lure. Then it's Thomas, and it's Smith, and it's Robinson in at the 3 spot. They're the group Detroit will start the second with. We talk about players working hard, but also being smart. I'm sure there are some training methods, C-Web, that you think translate well to success on the court.
Good nutrition has become more and more popular. That, along with rest and then cardio, you must be in shape because the game and the pace of the game is so much faster. So, yes, you have to be smart in your training methods, especially for your recuperation, especially for your rehabilitation. If there's any injuries, you want to try to stay fresh while you're giving your all. And that's tough, especially back-to-back in an 82-game season. That can be tough, but it's something that you must focus on, and that's your health.
I can only imagine. And he gets it back. That one goes in.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
LeBron dishes to Caldwell-Pope, and John Lure gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Lure against James. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Pistons. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. He kicks it to Lure. Rebound the Lakers. Last time they met was in Los Angeles.
And their last time playing this club, foul trouble became a big problem for them. Their starters had to take an early stint on the bench.
Yeah, and they can't afford a repeat of that. They need a lot more minutes out of their core group tonight.
Now here's James. After the miss from Contavious Caldwell-Pope. Hart, no good.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Robinson finds Thomas. And it's Contavious Caldwell-Pope with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. A different look here for Detroit. Brown comes in for Robinson. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Ish Smith. Now here's Maker. He's still scoreless so far in this one. 6 to shoot. Jackson from long range. Rebounded by Hart.
Jeez. Maybe he was trying to show off or something right there.
I don't know, but one thing I do know is that he'll hear about that shot during the next time out.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
The Lakers have shot less than 50% at the free throw line today, hitting just 3 of 7.
Well, for the Pistons, their second season in the new downtown arena. I mean, all four of the city's major sports teams now play within a few blocks of one another. Something seen nowhere else in the country. Very special to Detroit.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
To the middle. LeBron passes to Kuzma. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Kuzma's got it all tied up now for the Lakers. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. And despite the new arena, attendance numbers for Pistons games could be better.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you got to have a winning record. Also, you have to make sure that you honor those in the past. When they opened the arena, can you believe that they did not bring the Bad Boys there or the Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton Pistons there to hang up their jerseys? You have to have a connection with the city. I mean, even in the arena, there's no signage as a Pistons. It is a hockey arena, so hopefully that will change, but you have to win first. And, you know, the city of Detroit is on a great rebound. I love seeing what we're doing.
Man, the mobility of Drummond is important to his team. When the ball is lobbed his way, it's game over for the defense.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Now here's Rondo. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. That shot by Caldwell-Pope, no good. Jackson has the open look. Drills it from outside. Now it's a 3-point Piston lead.
They've leaned on him tonight, and he's delivered with some great shooting.
LeBron kicks to Rondo. Back to LeBron. It's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got 3 assists tonight. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Passes to Lure. Drummond with it. And stolen by Kuzma. Rondo passes to Hart. And that one is off. Great D that time from Thomas. On the wing, Jackson. The pass to Lure. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Just 5 on the clock. Near the 3-point line, it's Thomas. No good that time. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Next up for them, the Knicks, a road game in New York. That will be the 4th of the string of 5 played on the road. To the middle. And there's Brown. That's good on the assist by Thomas.
Nice understanding of where to go with the pass there.
Lakers trail by 3. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Rondo scanning the floor. The wide open look here for Kuzma. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Kuzma's got 8 points.
The timing, the precision. You got to respect Kuzma's ability to drain shots off the pass.
Drummond finds Jackson. And Rondo sends it back. They get it back. They recover it. And the shot goes down. Jackson's got 7 points here in this quarter.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling.
Oh! You love how fierce James is, a ferocious dunk artiste.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. And isn't it amazing how overnight the Lakers went from a rebuilding team to a contending team now with LeBron?
Yeah, whatever team LeBron has been on has always been a threat to make the finals. Magic Johnson knows that. He was always a threat to make the finals. 9 for him, 8 for LeBron. The Lakers recognize it and know that they have a 4-year window with LeBron now. Titles are a standard for Magic Johnson and the Lakers, and their commitment to bringing LeBron in shows that.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Blake Griffin comes in for Lure. And it's Calderon in for Thomas. The Lakers also with the sub. Ingram, he's checked in for Caldwell-Pope. And the whistle blows as the basket counts and a 3-point play chance right here. 1 free throw coming up.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
The Lakers have had a disappointing game so far from the line. Only 3 free throws made. Now here's Jackson. He's got 11. Griffin kicks to Jackson. Tipped away. Pass to Rondo. Out to the right wing. Hart the pass to Rondo. Here's Hart. He's guarded by Caldwell-Pope. Nice fake with the layup off the mark. Down low. Here's Griffin. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. As we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Toronto. They've continued to play strong basketball, if not utterly dominant, as the last part of the season grinds toward the playoffs. And it looks like, guys, they'll hold on to that #1 spot the whole way there. And checking out Detroit, 2 spots down.
And checking out Detroit, they're well above the position they were expected to be in at this stage. Now the question becomes, can they keep it up in the playoffs?
I think they can, Greg. But one thing's for sure, they're about to find out that regular season pressure is no match for the playoff pressure. He keeps working on the three-point line. I mean, that's his 3rd triple of the game, 1st in the quarter.
Here's Drummond. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Heat in Miami.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
I mean, James is like a freight train moving to the rim. He's so effective at getting the D to hit him when he's on the attack.
He shot 3 of 6 from the foul line.
Just hasn't found his form at the line here in the first half.
Well, I don't think the Pistons tried to make Andre Drummond the offensive focal point. I think Andre Drummond doesn't need his name called to have plays, and he rebounds and scores that way, but you need a different type of offense. The Pistons were terrible in half-court execution, and they didn't get out and run as well. You kind of wondered at times last season what were they doing, what was their strategy. But now, with Blake Griffin arriving, there's no question who's the top dog.
Pass to Ingram. The shot, no good. Pistons trailed by 5. Jackson from long range. And James pulls it down. And that Griffin-Drummond pairing, not unlike the Lob City front court of Griffin and DeAndre Jordan in Los Angeles.
But think about Griffin's passing, I mean, and the boots he used to throw to Jordan. Oh! Come on, did you see that? Did you see that? Oh, we've seen this before, I mean, from Griffin. His dunking ability is off the charts.
Ingram, and slam dunk by Ingram.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And, Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
Well, that's just a good example of why the score is what it is. I mean, they need to protect the rim a lot better than that.
Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession. Robinson's checked in for Detroit. Lakers leading by 5. Rondo with the ball. No points in the game yet for him. Out to Kuzma. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Detroit's gone 1 of 4 from 3-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Calderon against Ingram. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Kyle Kuzma. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And the Lakers call time here. Well, C-Web, Andre Drummond, the 9th pick in 2012. Some teams had questions about his competitive spirit. Thought he was a little too passive with UConn.
His off-the-court personality might have fed into that. I heard he's a big teddy bear. But that hasn't stopped him from boosting on the court here in the association.
And Los Angeles with some changes. JaVale McGee's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Rajon Rondo. Drummond dishes to Robinson. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Drummond. Stolen by McGee. Passes it to James. Ingram against Robinson. James kicks to Ball. Back to LeBron. Shot clock at 5. And they double up LeBron. But Trey sinks the 3-pointer. Hart's got 19 points.
And how about the consistency from range tonight? Really impressive.
That's because he's finding his spots. No hesitation. You can sense his confidence.
LeBron against Griffin. side for Robinson. Over Hart. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. James, the pass to Hart. Shoots the three. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And the pass to McGee. Ingram against Robinson. He gives them a double-digit lead. And now it's a 10-point Laker lead.
You can't find much better shot than that.
Calderon kicks to Robinson. Griffin with it. He's picked up by James. And finished off by Robinson.
Amazing awareness. He's committed to keeping his eyes up and teammates involved. That's the type of player Griffin is.
And slam dunk by Ingram.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Detroit's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Calderon finds Griffin, and James picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Pachulia, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Maker comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Ish Smith in for Jose Calderon. Pass to Maker. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Pachulia. And that one comes up a bit short.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Well, not all defenses are constructed to protect the mid-range area. Nicely done that time.
And a terrific percentage here in the first half. You got to love their rhythm and the flow with which they're playing.
Well, it's the shot selection. That's been a positive for them thus far and a negative for their opponent.
Ball's knocked loose. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And here is Los Angeles now. And so James will bring it up for the Lakers. Pass to Hart. He feeds it to McGee. And he uses the glass on the layup. McGee's got 6.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
You know the saying, numbers don't lie. You can see it up there on the scoreboard.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Dwayne. Not the night you want so far. What do you see happening out there?
I don't know what has happened, but our defensive concentration, rotation has gone the way of the Buffalo. And I don't know what it is. I could care less about offense. You know, we're going to score. That's not the problem. It's making up our mind and having a commitment to the defensive end.
Okay, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, it's good to have you back. You're watching the 2K Sports Halftime Show. This right here is Kenny the Jet Smith. This right here is Shaquille O'Neal. Me, I'm just Ernie. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. They kept at it on both ends of the floor, and at the end of the period, they had a slight deficit of 3 points. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
They looked like they were playing an easy game of pitch and catch out there. The playmakers and finishers were in sync on every level. The assist disparity, now that was big. Now that's the reason why it's a blowout right now, and they played well.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Detroit?
Well, they struggled in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
And that'll about do it as we...
And welcome back to the Motor City with a look at the Renaissance Center, which dominates the skyline in downtown Detroit. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at Blake Griffin in this game, he's been everywhere.
And I'll tell you, his work on the blocks in that first half, really impressive.
Oh, yeah, especially how he established great position and showing some nice footwork and really read how the defense was playing.
So for the Lakers right now, Reggie Bullock is out there with LeBron James. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. Then it's Ingram. And it's Ball in at the 1 spot.
Really surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds, given what the scoreboard says.
And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. C-Webb, with the Pistons acquiring Blake Griffin last season, what's the impact for Andre Drummond at the offensive end?
I mean, well, sometimes it can take pressure off of him to create. He can focus on his strengths, defense, rebounding, and cleaning up the mess around the rim.
Ellington with it, now guarded by Ingram. Takes the three. The Pistons rebound. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul. On defense, the Lakers. Now here's Jackson. The second chance effort.
Great D right here, using his long frame to bother the shot.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Jackson down low. He's covered by Ball.
Ugh, ugly start. Second half, they've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
And the dunk by LeBron.
Oh, what a crazy connection right there. James knowing when to fly towards the rim. Amazing at completing these alley-oops.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Kuzma inside. Working on Drummond. Kuzma can't get it to go. In the corner, it's Ellington. Again, the miss by the Pistons. Los Angeles leading by 15. LeBron passes to Kuzma. Jackson from long range. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. James has got 5 rebounds tonight.
His stroke has not been what they needed it to be, but looks like they're going to keep going to him.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Jackson kicks to Ellington. Takes a 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Ellington's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, that's a shot they'll be happy with on every trip, no matter who's taking it.
Ingram against Brown. No good off the back of the rim.
Well, he gets the shot he was looking for, and he just can't bury it.
Here's Griffin. Kuzma pulls it in.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Count it. 18 points for Brandon Ingram.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Oh, yeah, look, now, you can see how Ingram has developed in his short time in the NBA. Gotten a little bit stronger, attacking the basket. He's the former #2 pick, and he's gained steam with confidence, and maybe one day he can be an elite scorer. He's starting to develop a little bit of a killer instinct when he has the ball.
The finish, and slammed up by Ingram.
Pure scorer. I mean, the key, as always, is confidence. When Ingram plays with this, he's capable of taking over.
Pistons trail by 18. Left side, Griffin. He can't get it to go. Good D by LeBron. And with Ingram, He now wants the ball and wants to attack defenders each time down the floor.
Yeah, Kevin, and that doesn't just mean he's doing it with scoring. He's become a great drive and kick playmaker as well. Now, for me, the next step for him is to emerge as a vocal leader, something that the LA office is hoping he can become.
And Drummond throws it down.
And the anticipation of Drummond is just remarkable. Seeing a gaping hole in the D and sending a message with the forceful throwdown.
Ingram dishes to Bullock. And it's ball in the corner. LeBron James on the wing, defended by Griffin. 3 on the clock. The shot's good from Kuzma.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Jackson finds Drummond.
Okay, I see Drummond's offensive game starting to evolve a little bit. He's learning how to trick the D with the nice pump fake.
It's his first trip to the line.
And, of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
JaVale McGee's checked in for Kyle Kuzma, and he's good on the second. Lakers leading by 19. Now Ball. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Bullock passes to LeBron. Shot clock at 6. Here's Ball. Ellington defending. Ball no good. Detroit's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. Ellington kicks to Jackson. Shoots over Ball. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. McGee's got his 4th rebound in this one.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
And here is Ellington. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Sunday, they'll face off against DeAndre Jordan and the New York Knicks. And then on Tuesday, they'll be matching up against Eric Bledsoe and the Milwaukee Bucks.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night.
Good on the bucket.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
And it's JaVale McGee with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Pistons, Lewis checked in for Andre Drummond, and it's Calderon in for Wayne Ellington. Lure the pass to Brown. Jackson up top. He's covered by Ball. Lure dishes to Jackson. Griffin kicks to Brown. Again, the miss by the Pistons. And here's Los Angeles. They're on a 14-6 run. Ingram passes to Bullock. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Glenn Robinson, the third, is checked in for the Pistons. Smith comes in for Jackson. Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Yeah, and the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Ooh, this is ugly. No question about it. And you wonder if these matchups aren't favoring them right now.
And the Lakers with some changes. Josh Hart comes in for Reggie Bullock. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Brandon Ingram. The Pistons shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Smith finds Griffin. Here's Robinson. And the rejection by LeBron.
Love watching James dominate on defense. An impressive rejection artist. You better check your rear view when you're driving to the hole.
McGee against Griffin. Shoots over McGee. Griffin's shot is off.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
The shot's good from McGee.
But Luke Walton, he's definitely a coach players like to play for. I mean, it helps that he was a player not too long ago. Both stars and role players appreciate the candor and the opportunity he provides them.
He's obviously hit a bit of a dry spell here, only 1 of 5 this quarter.
Here's James. He's got 18. Passes it to Hart. LeBron against Lure. Shot clock at 5. Fires it up. Again, Los Angeles.
Oh, and Caldwell-Pope is not shy about letting it fly, about getting one up. Such a nice stroke.
The pass to Griffin. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That'll be his second foul of the game. A different look here for Detroit. Pachulia comes in for Blake Griffin. And it's Maker in for Lure. Calderon with it. Out left to the wing. Here's Maker. And that comes off the assist by Calderon.
There isn't any player in the league who's going to pass up that shot. There was nobody near him.
Los Angeles leading by 23. Now, here's Ball. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Outside, Robinson. Back to Smith. Tries it from 9. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And the foul called on Los Angeles.
You know, Kevin, the resiliency of Smith is something you have to admire. He's bounced around the league, but has finally become a valued rotation.
He misses the free throw. Lance Stephenson's checked in for the Lakers. Rondo comes in for Ball, and he sinks the second. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for Los Angeles. Dishes it to Caldwell-Pope. Rondo against Smith. Rondo kicks to Caldwell-Pope. Hits the three-point bomb. Caldwell-Pope's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And Caldwell-Pope can be a volume three-point shooter, meaning when he gets a lot of attempts from there, he can fill it up from downtown.
Back to Pachulia. Outside Robinson. Clock at 6. Back to Pachulia. And good off the lead pass that time. Pachulia's got his second bucket of the night.
And you can see how comfortable Pachulia is inside. Uses his size to get the shots he wants.
Now Rondo. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Pachulia with the steal. Robinson up top. Kicks it to Calderon. He dishes it to Smith. Back to Calderon. He tries for 3. Rebounded by Hart. Los Angeles leading by 23. Here's Stevenson, and it's slammed in by Stevenson.
And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
Yeah, they've come out of the break with an eye toward efficiency. One of the advantages they hold in this game.
Maker kicks to Calderon. Smith outside. From outside, off the mark.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know if he can just break through this cold streak, he can give you what you need.
Detroit making a switch here. Thomas is checked in. Muscala, he's checked in for Los Angeles. The Lakers have had some good chances at the line, but only gone 6 of 12 from the stripe. Pass to Robinson. A floater. And he lays it up and in. Robinson's got 11 points.
Well, he's doing his best to get them back into this game. He's been money from the field.
.135 left to play in the third. Stevenson inside the three-point line. Good, he hits the jump shot. Stevenson's got 4 this quarter.
Look, I don't know how he got that one to go. About as tough of a shot as you can think of.
Smith, the pass to Thomas. And it's blocked by Stevenson. Here's Rondo. That's good, and it's Stevenson with the assist. Rondo's got his second basket of the game.
and everything they're attempting is going in. Tremendous run here in the third.
Well, I don't know what they talked about at halftime, but they found a weakness in the defense.
Then Pachulia with the dunk.
Well, this is what Smith does best, keeping his eyes moving to set up the open man.
Rondo finds Muscala. Here's Hart, guarded by Robinson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The first one falls. He makes 1 of 2 that time. The Pistons shooting pretty terrible here in the third quarter at around 30%. And the basket by Thomas. Los Angeles has gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Smith against Rondo. He's got free throw attempts number 4 and 5 here.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
He hits the second from the line. There's 18 seconds left in the third. And here's Smith. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Outside Thomas. Over Caldwell-Pope. And the last second attempt does not go in.
And the ability of Caldwell-Pope to get in the shooter's head. Love having a guy like him who puts a lot of energy into the defense.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers in complete command. Their lead at 28 points going into the break. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. Back to the action after this word. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, it's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play right there.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Thomas is out there with Ish Smith. Then it's Robinson. Then there's Pachulia. And it's Maker in at the 4. That's the group for Detroit right now. Here's Hart. Off target from three-point range. And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. Robinson kicks to Smith. Pass to Thomas. It's been a few years now since rules were put into place to curb the hack-a-shack strategy. So, Webb, do you think the NBA made the right choice in discouraging that style, that tactic?
You know, Kev, I'm torn on this one. I don't think so. I do think that the game would have gotten ugly, the pace would have gotten bad, but I think it would have been only a couple of years as players would have been embarrassed enough to improve their game. As I travel to different places, the one thing that's the difference between the United States and other places they can shoot free throws. Other places they just aren't at the park dunking or hanging on the rim. They're actually shooting shots and skill sets and dribbling. And I was at one time a terrible free throw shooter, and the embarrassment of not making them, missing them late in the games, not being able to be there for your team the way you want to. Oh, trust me, it's no better motivation than that. Not giving me a handicap in the crutch saying, oh, don't do it. I don't like the fact that they've tried to place a curve on the hack-a-shack strategy. My thing is get you in the gym in the offseason and make some free throws.
Brown is checked in for Detroit. Reggie Jackson comes in for Smith.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Here's Jackson. Shoots from 12. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Off target with what's a pretty good look from mid-range.
On the wing, Stevenson. He's covered by Brown. Pass to Wagner. It's stolen by Brown. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Releases from 15. Yep, that one goes.
And you can see that Jackson has put a lot of work in on his mid-range J. Definitely a legitimate threat from him.
Stevenson against Brown. Kicks it out to Stevenson. Los Angeles with another miss.
I don't care who it is. You can't leave him wide open from that range.
Now the pass to Jackson. Not too long ago, C-Web, triple-doubles were widely celebrated. Now you see much more of them all over the league. What's been the change there, do you think?
I think the change has been the style of play and the removal of the big men. Being that there are no longer a slew of 7-footers in there rebounding, guards can come in there and do some amazing things in rebounding. And I'm amazed with Westbrook coming in and rebounding over the 7-footers. You also have better spacing, and so if I'm a one-on-one player, I get past my guy, I can trust it that if I throw it to a wide-open shooter now, because of the way that we've drawn the defenses in, there may be a few more open looks. And so I still respect it. I still respect the energy, the focus, the fact that you have to be all over the floor to do it. But, you know, besides the fact that there's longer threes taken, or besides the fact that there's more small lineups, I still think it's a feat to be respected, even though we're seeing an increase in them now.
He kicks it to Maker. Up top, Brown. Jackson deciding where to go with it. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Thomas. The Pistons rebound.
With the second half he's having, I mean, his field goal percentage is way up there.
Caldwell-Pope outside. Pass to Wagner. And it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Detroit Pistons. They'll be matching up against Kyle Lowry and the Toronto Raptors. Then on Monday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Drummond's checked in for Pachulia. Blake Griffin comes in for Thon Maker, and Ellington is subbed in for Thomas. C-Web, a big rule change. Defenders have to give jump shooters space to land. Your thoughts on that?
Great. Thank you. Think about if a guy is hot and you can't stop him, you should not be able to embellish with the rules by sliding your foot up under a guy. If we all remember, I believe that San Antonio was up a couple of years ago on Golden State at home in Game 1, and Pachulia inadvertently put his foot up under Kawhi Leonard, and Kawhi was injured. You have to give shooters space to come down. You can't be thinking about that on the way down. We don't want players injured or hurt in this game because of a lack of paying attention to detail, and I think this rule really helps it. Defenders have done it for years. It could be viewed as dirty, but I'm glad the NBA did something about it. I'm very happy about it. And check this out. You're going to see a lot of guys knocking down even more threes.
Lure against Stevenson. Just his first attempt. Muscala misses.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Mikhailuk shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And the first one at the line is good. Jackson, he's checked in for Jose Calderon. That one misses. Lakers leading by 22. Here's Caldwell-Pope. And no good that time. Some solid defense there from Jackson. C-Web, when you look at how basketball is taught at early levels for these kids, middle school and then high school, Anything there that you would change?
Yes, I would change to developing all players and taking away positions.
Interesting.
When you are young and you're in, let's say, 3rd grade and you're the tallest player on the team, and I make you a center, and I pull you to one end, and I only show you how to make layups. I don't show you how to shoot threes or to dribble. I'm assuming that your body is always going to stay the same. And I believe that coaches should teach great skill set: shooting, passing, dribbling. And when you do that, a player can then become the full player they're intended to be, instead of teaching incrementally, where a player may get stuck and identified as this type of player his whole time. I think that really what you need to do is teach full skill sets and allow players to develop. Just think if someone would have said, Kevin Durant, you can only shoot layups. We wouldn't be able to see the true uniform of the year.
Wonderful.
And great effort on the boards, and what a mean that was, Kevin. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him at all times.
Yeah, fellas, he's a monster. He's never seen an offensive rebound he didn't think he could get to.
To the paint. He's looking for Drummond and finds him. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And over the years, Jackson has mastered the pick and roll, firing the pass to the perfect spot for his teammate to catch.
Rondo kicks to Caldwell-Pope. Rondo against Jackson. Back to Caldwell-Pope. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for Detroit. We know that stars, especially superstars, get some level of benefit from the refs. What do you think of that? Is that good for the game?
I think the refs should always be fair. I think, yes, you're going to get the benefit of the doubt if you're James Harden and you can cross everyone over and you get 10 free throws a game. He earns those most nights. But, yeah, it's going to be some nights in which he gets a call or two here, because as an offensive player, you want to be so aggressive that you put the referees in a tough positions to make a tough call and to see what that was. Fans want to see the best players play, not sit. So you have to be judicious with how far you go, but just sometimes slip in the tendencies. I used to get so mad when all I would do is go challenge a shot. The human kickstand would kick his leg out. The ref would say I fouled him. I didn't foul him. And the best actor in the world would get to go to the line, get a 4-pointer. And, okay, Kelly, what was the question again? Stars. Oh, superstars getting...
I don't know. Let's stop. Let's stop.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pass to Wagner. Caldwell-Pope on the wing. Kicks it to Rondo. Pass to Wagner. Good D by Drummond.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Brown, good. And here is Los Angeles now. It's an 18-point lead. The pass to Caldwell-Pope. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Maybe we could give him a pass for that turnover, only because he's been reliable up to now, mistake-free.
Jackson with it. Left side, Griffin. Feeds to Brown. Here's Drummond. Back to Ellington. 5 to shoot. From deep, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Here's Rondo. Pass to Wagner. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. And the Lakers lead by 20. Now a timeout called by Detroit. Compared to when you were playing, C-Web, how have the baseline skill requirements for the 4s and the 5s, the power forwards and the centers, changed, you think, the most?
The ability to stretch the floor. There's a lot more emphasis on mobility, especially at the defensive end. And I don't think you can have a player who is a specialist anymore in the game. I've played with some great defenders. The Ben Wallaces, the Davis boys there in Indiana, but those positions are no longer valued or needed anymore. You can no longer be a defensive player that can't score on the other end. You have to be a player in the NBA now with the total skill set. That means mobility, shooting, dribble, passing. All of those things have to be accomplished, or there's a way to make sure to highlight you with a mismatch and take you out of the game.
Good documentation. I like that. Now here's Rondo. Now Stevenson. Pass to Wagner. That falls. Nice feed that time from Stevenson. Stevenson's got his 4th assist in this one. Pistons trail by 20. Outside Jackson. At the elbow, Griffin. Over Muscala. And Detroit again with the bucket.
There you see why you want the ball in Jackson's hands as much as possible. He can clearly set the table.
Rondo against Jackson. Rondo kicks to Muscala. The three-pointer is right on target.
And piling on to that big lead, we know he has the range late on the defensive reaction.
I mean, yeah, you can't break down. Not now. Defensively, at this point, I mean, you're already too far in the hole.
And Griffin with the score. The assist by Drummond. Drummond's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Los Angeles.
Their shot blocking turned out to give them a big advantage in this game.
Yeah, excellent defense around the rim there, Kevin. They were disciplined and focused.
And on the year now, tonight's impending victory will push their win total to 47.
No doubt they came in very motivated to win this one and finish the season series at a game apiece.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for LeBron.
Well, anytime the offense ran through him, good things happened. His passing was awesome. He created a bunch of good looks for everyone else out there.
It's Calderon with the ball for Detroit. 43 seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul. .41 seconds left here in the 4th quarter. Calderon against Rondo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Lure wide open. He shoots it. That falls. Nice feed this time from Jose Calderon. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking. And more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
On the wing, Stevenson. Guarded by Robinson. Stevenson against Robinson. Shoots a fader. And misses it off the right side of the rim. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. LeBron, what was the defensive focus individually and as a team, and how do you think you guys executed it?
It's a tough team to guard off the bounce. They're so athletic, they're so quick, but it was a good job by all of us defensively, and it's always good to get a win on the road.
Road wins do tend to be more precious. Thanks, LeBron. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.